Welcome everybody to another episode of Candid Talk with your host Rasheen Winter Harris and
Emperor Shaq Daddy in there, bit.
And we here with another amazing topic. The topic today is woke culture dead? Is it over? Let's talk about that today. Let's get it.
It's Candid Talk where we lay it down. No room for fakes, we wear the crown.
Let me ask you a question.
No.
When it comes to the woke culture, how did you feel about it when it actually got it to its height? Everybody wanted to cancel everything.
There was a height?
Yeah, it was crazy, yeah. That's when everybody was getting canceled just for saying something real. How do you feel about it?
If that was the height, I'm depressed.
Why you say that?
Because that wasn't even a height.
Of woke culture?
People started talking about it and then got canceled. Like, that was just it. Like, that's not a height. That was just the tip of that wasn't even a laid foundation. Like, people touched it. And then all of a sudden everybody was canceled and everybody just like, oh, we're defeated. And they just fell off.
So you think if they would have kept going, it wouldn't have meant anything?
So what, if they kept going what?
You said it was at the height and you said they just fell off after they got canceled.
I said, if that was the height, then it wasn't much of a height because as soon as they tapped on it and it started getting canceled or whatever.
Sure, people were losing their jobs and stuff. Like, it's still going on. I'm not saying it's over, but.
I ain't saying it's over either. I'm just saying that can't be the height, though.
Why not?
Cause, bro, that was the awakening, the start of it. Like, the height should have been more of everything. Like, there was nothing really done. It was just people saying the things. No one really took action to do stuff.
You don't think they was taking action?
What action?
I just said people was losing their jobs off of being real. Like, you could not speak
I lose my job off being real all the time. You know how many jobs I done had where I had to tell some people about themselves and I lost my job? Like, bruh, that's been happening. People been losing their jobs.
Because it's more about the sensitivity. That's what the woke culture was about. It's everybody being extremely sensitive about everything. That's what that was. You don't agree with that?
I'm just saying, if you're talking about a height, it would have been something that had rallied people to make a difference. And we never got there. We just got.
You're talking about the original woke. I'm talking about the society woke. There's a difference.
Okay, break that down then.
How everything was being oversensitized. Everything was, even comedians couldn't even joke on stage because people would get offended by jokes.
People get offended by everything. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. There wasn't a height to anything. Because even when these people got canceled, if we would have really been woke, we would have stood for making it okay to them to be woke. It wasn't a height. It just was a firework went off and then everyone got scared.
Where were you at? Because it was definitely a height. I feel like you missed the whole wave. It felt like. Because you couldn't even talk about, let's say, with the transgender and stuff like that, how there shouldn't been, for one, them being athletes with competing with women. Like, that part. They was canceling people over disagreeing that a trans woman should not be competing against actual women. Like, I even talked about this before, how a woman got her face broke because they allowed it because they complained that trans women are women, which is not a realistic thing. So that was part of the woke culture. Then being canceled just by, like, it's pretty much just forcing something that shouldn't be there because somebody believes in it. It's not living in reality. That's pretty much what woke felt like for me. And being sensitive, like I said, to the comedians, the jokes. So you couldn't even joke on stage.
Was there something else, though? Because, I don't know.
Something else is what?
Like some other topic.
As far as what?
Something that they would sensitized or censored for.
Well, a lot of it became political. Like, they made laws and stuff supporting a lot of this stuff, and now it's getting reversed now.
Okay, again, the trans thing aside, where there's anything else that was censored.
What do you mean? Anything else? You couldn't just talk about reality, like the way where the world is. Like you couldn't talk about things on the other side of the world without being canceled, or the way that you truly believe in something. Like you almost had to not say what you actually feel. Like people were getting canceled over their feelings, their personal beliefs. So that's what I'm saying. Like the woke culture it's not really woke in my opinion. It's more sleep and people being social justice warriors and shit like that. Like they're looking for things to complain about. That's what the woke culture felt like to me. Versus not giving a fuck. If you don't like this or like what that person said, just turn the channel.
Okay, so I guess that's why I'm thrown off, because see, now when you say it didn't seem like woke, it just seemed like people complaining about stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
like I
that's
said, you're basing it off of the original. What woke was meant for black people that was pretty much being discriminated against, and just to have an equal opportunity or equal rights. Like that was the original woke. They hijacked that shit and turned it into just a bunch of crybabies, pretty much being sensitive about things that they didn't like, that somebody was saying or the way somebody felt. And then all of a sudden, it got to a point where you could literally lose your lifestyle, your livelihood, based off of a bunch of people rallying together, because that's what social media is a bunch of people that agree or disagree with something. But if let's say woke society, everybody was just following each other, and it became too big where they actually was literally having people lose their lifestyle, their livelihood pretty much. And that was from big business. It was being promoted. That's why they're actually removing a lot of that stuff now. That's why I was just saying, like, is it actually over, like the being canceled or people being sensitive about everything? Because it seems like people are now becoming more aggressively honest. That's how I think what's his name got. I don't even want to bring it up, but yeah, I think that's why what's his name got assassinated, because he was just aggressively honest about the way he felt. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, in my opinion, it's like, is it over, or is it getting to a point now where people are just more accepting to other people having a difference in opinion? It's almost like you couldn't have a difference in opinion, pretty much, which was kind of robotic in my opinion. And that's what the woke thing sound like. It's like we have to agree with each other. We have to just support each other. And really, like I said, I don't give a fuck what you do. If you do something different or do something that I don't agree with, I just won't pay attention to it. Like I just pay attention to shit that bothers me or affects me.
Okay, so yeah, from hearing you talk, it's like my definition of woke must not even be developed, because none of that sounds like woke anything.
So what's woke to you?
Woke is being able to see all the underlying shit surpass the distractions that are presented to us.
That's the original. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you saying for black folks, and that's just not a black folk thing.
Did I say black folk? When did I say that?
Woke is the original thing for black folks. You said it earlier.
That was the definite, because that's where woke came from. Our culture started woke because we wanted to be treated equal. So it's like they act like they couldn't see it. So it's like, are you not woke to see that we're being discriminated against? We're being held back this way. We're not being able to get the same job opportunity, etc. That's where it started from. But they hijacked it and turned it into something else. So that's why I say this woke culture, the societal woke culture. That's what I'm saying. Is that part over? Seems like you just missed the whole.
I really have to be missing what you're trying to tell me, because society's woke culture is just a way to get us thrown off of what we started woke to be. So it's not a woke society, it's a distraction.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so stop saying it's a woke society. Say it's just a distraction, because
woke culture. Are you not familiar? That's what they call it. That's what it's called. That's what I'm saying. You must have missed everything going on.
Yeah, because I do not care about people and stupid complaints. I worry about things that matter. Like, if we have a problem, what are we going to do for a solution? Like, all of this trying to make, oh, well, they're saying this matters. Well, we think all of this matters. That type of shit, that's not woke. That's a distraction.
But I don't understand how you miss it and be on TikTok. TikTok was one of the major places.
I don't be on TikTok. That's the problem. People send me things. People send me things, and then when I see it, I be like, oh, let me send this to somebody else. I don't be on TikTok.
That shit is real. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, see, like I told you before, you got to remember, I'm the type of person that if it don't concern me, I do not care.
Hey man, I pay attention a little bit of everything,
I don't.
especially when it don't make sense to me, because shit like that just really did not make sense to me. I'm just like, for one, I was more upset that they jacked the word woke, which you're breaking down. That's a definition that I originally understood woke to be is just injustices.
Right.
Or actual injustice, but they started making everything that they didn't like,
nitpicking everything to distract us from
finding reasons to be.
Right, they're distracting us from the injustices that we really need to be focused on. So,
because we still ain't really get any justice for the original wokeness. Like, I still see the same discrimination, the same police
everything,
brutality, and all this other shit that we originally was like, are y'all not seeing this?
And see, that's the point.
How do y'all not see this?
All of the stuff that we're showing now, because we have cell phones and shit, has been going on for decades, bro. This stuff is not brand new.
And the fact that nothing has changed for those, and that's the problem that bothered me about the woke culture, is because y'all still ignoring the original reason that woke even existed was to show the actual injustices. The actual ones, not your personal, however you want to be represented. That shit shouldn't matter to anybody else, because that's only about the person themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or people that align with that shit. Y'all can do whatever the fuck you want. Do that. You know what I'm saying? But the actual injustices, it's still
right. Because when I think of woke, even though we made it a term recently, I guess.
Yeah, they
woke was back when Martin Luther King still was here. So like, when you say the word woke, like, you cannot throw me.
That's what I'm saying. He went backwards with it.
Right. You just can't throw me over here and say they stole the word. Okay, they stole it, but I don't recognize that. I recognize the distractions when I see them.
Fair enough. I mean, that's fair. But like I said, I pay attention a little bit of everything, and things like that is really what triggered me originally when they were talking about woke culture. I was just like, how are we skipping over the actual shit that it was created for y'all to just pretty much align and try to force people to accept shit that they may not accept.
That part.
And it's what I feel like the woke culture, the problem with the people that think like that is now you're fighting injustices, or not even injustice, you're fighting for personal definition, identities, pretty much. And they're pretty much saying that that's an injustice. No, it's just somebody that doesn't align with you.
That's it.
The actual
injustice and a difference of opinion are two different things.
That part.
And that's why I said this, what you're telling me that they hijacked and called woke society is that.
Yeah, like, that's why people was getting canceled, because they had a difference in opinion. And that shit was crazy to me. How you lose your whole livelihood over a difference in opinion? So it got to the point where people was just not able to technically speak out about what they disagreed with. And that came to, like, for example, like when they was pushing the sex book into the schools, and it was like a little bit crazy.
Sex book?
You don't remember that? When they was saying it was teaching kids about, I actually talked about this on another podcast with Brittany and Jason. If y'all haven't checked that out. But yeah, they had a book that was just a little bit too graphic for kids, and it was in like a lot of schools had it in their school library, and a lot of parents that disagreed with it was getting overshadowed by the people who were saying, "No, we need to let them learn about this." But is this the way it was? It was like oral
sex.
What
grade level?
It was just in the school library. I think any kid could have got it. That's the crazy part. That's what I'm saying. It should have a boundary or border to it, or at least an age group. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you were saying high school, okay.
Nah, yeah, it was just in the school library. Because if you get a chance, you gotta check it out online. I'll probably try to post the book that they had.
Something on that.
It blew my whole mind hole, and I was just thinking that's a little bit too extreme overall for, like, let's say a young mind, and now you're technically introducing them to that type of sex or
sex. I'm not gonna lie to you. These days, kids are introduced to it anyway. Like,
that's a fact.
There was a time when you had to sneak and find your dad's magazines underneath the bed in the garage, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, all they gotta do is open their tablet and press the wrong thing, and that should have pop up. So if parents ain't really doing their due diligence to put the parental guidance things on these tablets and phones and stuff like that, and then most people watch stuff like that right in front of their kids. So I'm like,
crazy, but yeah, that's just bad parenting at that
right.
point.
You know what I'm
that's just
saying?
bad
So
parenting at
it's
that
really no way of keeping them away from it now like it used to be back in the day. But
so
that's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole different topic for real.
Okay, so back to where we started, the woke.
Yeah, pretty much. If you don't if you haven't been paying attention to it, there's no way for you to actually answer if it's pretty much coming to an end. Because that's what I was. It's really about the sensitivity.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Which part are you talking about? The woke stolen society thing that you talked about, or woke?
The woke stolen.
No, they're not stopping.
You don't think they are? So now you understand if they want to answer.
They're never gonna stop, bro.
You don't think so?
No. Anything to keep us from getting to our justice, they're going to make a way, even if it's changed and made into something different.
I can see that.
You're saying it's stolen and made woke society now. Whenever we switch up and make it something else, they're going to change that too. They're going to keep doing it just like they've been doing.
I think the only time that I agreed with the woke culture is when they was actually marching out there for the Black Lives Matter, even though they stole all that money. I thought that was kind of decent that they aligned or supported it.
See, that's the thing. Remember when we talked about before about the Christians and their underlying reasons they did things? There were underlying reasons they did things, and they did all of that because they wanted to disguise themselves in the masses of black folks and then cause havoc to make us look like savages again. And then they made all these products and said Black Lives Matter on them, but they were done for companies that were against black people to take the money out of the black communities again, somehow or another, like they always do.
No, I get that. I'm not talking about the bad ones. I'm just talking about the ones that are actually supported. Like, because there's always a negative and a positive when it comes
like I always say, there's always both sides to everything.
That's that duality part. But,
but see, that's the thing.
I can see what you're saying, though, how it probably won't end. And really, I don't think when it comes to our culture that I think, it is being overshadowed by distractions.
Very much.
And continuous distractions and people trying to make people feel things that's not really how they feel. And that's what I felt like the woke culture was doing, or at least the societal woke culture is really trying to force people to feel things that they wouldn't give a fuck about any other day.
Right.
To be candid.
Right.
Because this is Candid Talk show, so yeah.
Because I've had so much of that when you talked about the LGBT and all that, like people had that stuff in their families and have been ignoring the shit out of those people for the longest time. So right now, for it to be an issue,
well, I always think that people should be able to be whoever the fuck they are.
Right, which is what we were doing.
Yeah, I think, because I don't care about, I do have a problem with people shaming people for who they are. I do have a problem with that. Now, if woke was fighting those injustices, I can't knock that part, but the other side about it is really just people being canceled or held back just because you have a difference in opinion.
And that there
is crazy.
Is the problem I have with all of it, because if we're in a country where there's freedom of speech, there shouldn't have been any of that ever.
That part. That's big fact.
I don't know why, but it seems like when you ask certain questions, the way I be thinking about it,
he's not even listening to me.
I am listening, bro, but the way you get triggered stuff,
you be getting triggered
early, bro, quick.
Too quick. Like, listen fully and gauge what I'm saying, because I understood where you was going. That's what I was trying to tell you. Not that woke. That's our woke. That's ours. You're talking about our woke. No, I'm not talking. Ours would never go anywhere because we always can see.
Right.
Because there's, there's black, there's white, there's gray. Motherfuckers refuse to see the gray.
I don't see color.
I don't see color.
I bet you don't, bitch.
Yeah, so, yeah.
What color you got on? Oh, this is fuchsia. You see color then, bitch.
I would love it to get to a point where we could agree to disagree, pretty much. And I think that was pretty much the biggest problem, is that it was just causing so much division because
we got a world full of crybabies.
A world full of crybabies, and they're trying to make you pick a side.
I don't want to pick a side. I have my own side.
I have my own side. You know what I mean? And whoever aligns with me should align with me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to shade what you believe.
Right. I ain't dissing nothing you doing, but I got my own tribe
I
over
got my
here.
own tribe.
Miss
Like
me.
I'm not trying to force you to get down with my tribe either. As long
No.
as we could live in the world and have our
As long as we can be harmoniously different,
yeah,
I'm good.
I believe we're supposed to be different. Like everybody,
Facts.
that's the problem though. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody, it was forcing, especially these weaker minds. Like it's almost,
Oh, but see how many weak minds we have in this world?
and I think it's way worse than it has ever been because I've never seen so many people just want to be like the other person so much and want to follow
Oh,
so
buddy.
much. Yeah, that phone,
That
yeah,
phone will do it to
that
you now.
phone,
It'll show
that
you
phone will
more
do it to you.
than you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because before we were able to see everyone doing them,
Mm-hmm.
no one really. But now that the internet, the social media platforms and everything show you that this one and this one is doing, oh, I want to try that. So now everybody's all in a tizzy over some stupid shit that don't mean nothing to nobody. Stop being, you know what?
Facts.
Oof.
But yeah, I'm curious to know what these people think in the comments
Please.
because I already know y'all gonna have some type of feelings. Y'all gonna feel
Please, I
some
want to
type
hear
of-
everything y'all got to say.
And y'all gotta understand the difference of the woke because I was talking about the societal one that's been going on probably since COVID.
Only since COVID.
COVID got really crazy. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's really going on? Are we talking about injustices or are we talking about your opinion?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And then at that point, everyone has opinions. They just
Everybody.
like buttholes. Everybody got one, and usually they full of
Exactly. That part.
Oof.
So yeah, y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you even understand the woke that he was talking about? Because he got triggered when I said woke. That word,
Listen,
that word definitely
it
means
triggered me. And then once I finally realized what you were saying, because like I told you, I don't pay attention to none of this foolishness.
He don't pay attention to me either.
No.
Clearly. Because I broke it down. I was like,
You broke it down twice.
I know what you're talking about. That's not what I'm talking about.
You broke it down twice. But we always get to that point where, you know, one of us is on one part and then the other one is on a different part. And then we be like, okay,
Hey man.
we have to realize that we're saying the same thing but different. But it's okay. But nevertheless, let us know what you feel about woke and the stolen woke and then all the in-between stuff that you guys just hit us up. Comments are open. Please, let's make this a topic of discussion. And when we see things that lead to a more fertilizing aspect of this conversation, we're going to bring it back because this is one of those again that was very layered.
Something I was talking about too.
Send me that stuff because I feel like
because you would be more triggered. You're going to be more triggered,
and I'm probably going to
be more triggered because I was triggered. And I don't normally get triggered by things.
And I'm probably
that triggered me because I'm just like, what?
And you say people get canceled for stuff? I'm gonna probably get canceled on my podcast.
Nah, people are losing their jobs and everything. Well, it's still happening to this day. Like people are losing their job, but some of them I kind of agree with. But I don't.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I'll just send it to you. But yeah, let us
and
know.
link the stuff for them to see what we're talking about too.
I have to
because I didn't know what you were talking about.
I have to,
but I want to hear
like
from
that
them.
swimmer that was winning all the gold medals from the women. They just took all the gold back because they was like, no, we're not gonna allow that shit no more.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what would be real tea is if they take back that. Wasn't there a pageant just recently?
Oh, I think I did see that. Yeah. That was crazy.
If they take that back, now that's going.
You heard about dude winning the homecoming queen or something like that, prom queen or something like that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that I don't care. Like he won, okay, congrats.
I mean, that's.
I don't know. Maybe I should be more concerned.
I don't know.
I don't have time. I really don't have time.
I feel you though.
I got too much going on right now to try to keep things together in my own life to be worried about all this other stuff.
I feel that. I'm sorry. It's just a topic of discussion though. So
it is, and maybe
it was something to talk about. I talked about it before online, and that's why I talked about it today.
When you hit me up with these topics, and I'm not sure where you're going, where you're coming from, and I don't have any
references,
right? So I'd be so confused and lost sometimes. But yeah, we look forward to hearing from y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. So until next time, y'all, don't forget like, comment, subscribe, share, and peace to you watching. Peace to y'all. Peace.